Bonjour, good morning, welcome to Paris. Today we have a stacked itinerary, so let's head out. Today's itinerary was majorly inspired by Raj, my buddy Raj, shout out to Raj. And we have a special surprise later in the day that some of you are going to be excited to see. So let's go ahead and get started with today's vlog. I left the Airbnb and hopped on the metro. The metro in Paris was epic. It was so fast, so convenient, and always on time. My first stop was Mamiche, touted by Raj as the best pastries in Paris. All of these guys seem to agree. Of course, I got a pain au chocolat. This one was so good, so buttery. And a chew vanille. Vanilla chew. This one was my favorite. My next stop was the Basilica of Sacré-Cœur. These brave people were braving the steps to get up to the summit, but I was going to take the funicular. I am so tired of walking. It was barely 9 a.m. and I was already sweating. From here, you could see the whole skyline of Paris. Lock City over here. I entered the Basilica. This basilica was actually only 115 years old. Here's the credit card machines you can use to pay for the candles I told you about. My next stop was a Rue de I can't even say it. Rue de l'Abreuvoir. This street is regarded as Paris's most charming street. Wow, I can't believe I'm on Paris's most charming street. I don't know what's so charming about this, Raj, but I'm happy to be here. Okay, after a while I could see the allure. It was quaint and it was very Parisian. The best part, there were almost no tourists here this early in the morning. I continued my walking tour of Paris. They say some tourists who visit here get Paris syndrome. The actual city doesn't live up to their expectations. They build the city so much in their mind that they're expecting something so grand, so beautiful. But maybe there's something beautiful about trash. Trash can be beautiful too. Okay, or maybe not. My next stop was the Café des Deux Moulins. This is from the movie Amélie. This is where Amélie worked at. Now, I haven't seen this movie, but if you've seen it, I don't know, you might like this. I went in and got a Café Noisette, coffee with a little bit of milk and some orange juice. I hopped back on the metro, and went to the park. Here at the Musée Lingerie, the famous water lilies by Claude Monet were on display. Wow, what a beautiful exhibit. I was so glad I could enjoy the artwork in this serene and totally not crowded room. I mean, there was so much space to enjoy the artwork. Okay, I'm just kidding. It was actually not too bad here. I'm happy I went, but these weren't my favorite pieces by Monet. This was cool. In the metro, I saw these ads for a festival I'll be back at in France later this year. I arrived at what Raj calls the best neighborhood in Paris, Le Marais. Here, there were trendy shops, restaurants, and bars. But there was one place I had to go. Chez Janu. This restaurant, Raj said, was the quintessential Parisian experience. A small group of vultures, including me, gathered outside before the restaurant opened. I was quickly seated and offered a bowl of olives. Now, I usually don't like olives, but these were pretty good. I ordered a petite bowl of ratatouille, one of my favorite French dishes, and it came with this fishy spread and bread. This dish reminded me of my Parisian heritage and when my mom would make me ratatouille at home. Legally, I have to say that was a lie. Okay, next I went to see the Pinault collection at the Bourse de Commerce. When I entered, I didn't know how much I'd enjoy this museum. This is the Wall of Ears. It's something I think Spencer Shay would make. This was the main attraction of the space. It was called Clinamen, and it featured several porcelain bowls floating on water. I really like this one. It was so pretty, and it was kind of like the modern version of Monet's Water Lilies. Everyone here was just chilling in the exhibit. It was kind of like we were at the beach together. Oh my god, what I saw next blew my mind. I didn't know if this was performance art or if they were just mannequins, but I don't want to know either way. They look so real. I wouldn't be surprised if people were just standing here all day. The exhibit got even wilder as we went on. Next was a photography exhibit by Deanna Lawson. Now, I haven't seen a lot of photography art in my life, but I thought what I saw in this exhibit was amazing. I usually don't get souvenirs, but I had to get one from this museum. I started walking to my next destination, but everything was a bit queer. I had just stumbled upon this huge pride parade. Frick it, I'll march too. This thing was so much bigger than I first thought. It went blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks. But what happened next will surprise you. No, it wasn't seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time. The craziest thing was seeing my long-lost French family. The last time I saw them, I was 3 years old, or 25 years ago, so we had a lot of catching up to do. We hopped on a boat cruise on the Seine to see the sights. We saw sites like the Louvre, the Institute, the Notre Dame, the F1 ad. No. And all these people chilling on the river. So the daughter of my long-lost cousin is in school in France, and she said school goes until 6 p.m. We went to the Champs-Élysées district for dinner. We went to this steak restaurant, which was apparently really good and sold matured steaks maturé. The server brought out the steaks and you could choose which one you wanted to eat. Again, the bread at this restaurant was so friggin' hard. I don't know what's going on in France. To start, we got escargot. Yes, snails. I was excited to try these. You had to scoop the snails out of the shells and it was impossible to get them out. Finally, we got one out. Taste test.
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The aged, matured steaks came out medium, and it was time to dig in. This was cooked to medium. I'm told that's what a French medium looks like. Of course, we had to get French fries. I still can't get over how raw this steak is. Somehow, I managed to eat 3 pieces of this. I took the metro home, and when I got back, it was 10 o'clock and it was still light out. Well, that concludes my day in Paris. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Oh la la!